13th round here with your main man, Kenny Caraway. Yesterday, we talked about Canelo Alvarez. All hail King Canelo, as he is the number one pound for pound fighter in the sport today. Had to give him his props, had to give him his respects, had to give him his flowers. Now, with what we typically like to do in boxing and following boxing, it's not always about what happened. It immediately jumps to what's next. And a lot of people have been trying to figure out what's next for Canelo Alvarez. Who should he fight next? Who deserves a Canelo Alvarez fight next? He's done work with PBC now. I'm going to just be real. That's where he should stay, I think, for the time being, because that's where his best fights are. Now, a lot of people are saying Better BF would be a great fight. I do not disagree. That'd be a great fight to see him, but he shouldn't necessarily be forced to move up without clearing out the division that he's at right now, the 168. So the biggest fight, well, there's two great fights, right? And they're two great fights for two different reasons. The first one will be Charlo. Canelo versus Charlo is a massive fight. It is a massive, massive fight for the culture, for boxing, all this other stuff. Massive fight. That's one way he could go. But the fight that a lot of people want to see Canelo take, I think, is the biggest challenge for him. I think, personally, is the guy Canelo doesn't want any part of. And that's the guy that's fighting on Saturday night as David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez is the toughest fight out there for Canelo. I think I would pick Charlo or Benavidez to beat Canelo. No disrespect. Doesn't mean Canelo can't win. I just think those two can beat him. So I would pick those two, but it's either Benavidez or Charlo. And if anybody says Gennady Golovkin is and should be the next fight for Canelo Alvarez, don't listen to that person. Run far, far away from that person. Because I'll tell you right now, and I'm just going to be frank, no one wants to see that shit. And that's the 13th round.